Hi and welcome back to Warframe. Today we're going to head into the Tenno lab here inside of the dojo. Terminal's not working. There it is. Tiny little bit too far away. And we're going to claim the research for the Itzal. This thing has been such a pain to actually research. You literally got to get I think it was 60 of the new resource for that thing and 30 for the harness, the systems and the wings, which each blueprint is 15,000 credits each to replicate. This finished not that long ago actually. Weirdly, this took us a week. These less than 24 hours. I don't know why. It was a bit weird, but just getting the 60 for this thing was a pain. But luckily the research time on these three is a day and a half. I think that's still 3 days, which isn't that bad considering most things take about 3 days to research. And there they are in the foundry. Now the harness needs 300 oxium, 300 rubido, 700 ferrite and 2 of the tellurium. The tellurium is the resource that I keep calling Tellurium, and it's a pain to get, but Uranus tends to be pretty good for that at the minute. That and the event that was going on when this came out, I did that on Eris and got quite a few of them actually. So these things only take 6 hours to build, so I'll set that one off. The wings is 150 alloy plates, 900 ferrite, again 400 oxium. And it needs another 2 tellurium, so you need 4 of that stuff to build it. As well as the, let's see, it cost us 150 of the stuff to research it. The Moon Clan is going to take forever. The numbers for that are supposedly quite ridiculous to research these parts. The systems is 1 control module, 200 oxium, that takes it up to 900 oxium in total this is going to use. Damn. 800 salvage and 2 new roads instead of the tellurium stuff. But again, it's only 6 hours. There it is, completely built. We have built a reactor to put in it. I tend to have 1 or 2 built, and I'll build one when I build a Warframe. Usually I've actually claimed it by now, but because this only took a day and a half, let's claim that. This thing was basically still building when that was finished, so we just left it another 12 hours and then we claimed it afterwards. Now I clicked on this, but for some reason, you can see it, it's coming up with the wrong image here. Because that's this one, we want this one. It's not actually changing the image, but the Archwings were changed. They have their own health and shield stats. It doesn't go by what the Warframe has, it just has its own. The standard one is apparently the quickest. I'm not sure compared to the new one, but that's not so good. The Eltron was better because it's got 450 shields and 450 health. This thing, however, has only got 200 health and 200 shields and 200 power. The standard one has 300 shields and 300 health, but it does have the most power at 200, and it's got 500 stamina, which is pretty big, but the armor is only 50, so it is the weakest of all the Archwings. The Eltron still being, I wouldn't say the strongest, because its abilities aren't as good as the Odonta is, but the Itzal, ooh. Apparently its abilities are a lot more useful, even though the health, shields, stamina is, well, the stamina is huge, health and shields are pretty low, so it will definitely need those mods on. Best of all though, it comes with a D, a dash and a V polarity. Its first ability, which is Blink, lets you travel great distances very quickly, and it comes in ridiculously useful for this kind of situation where there's 3 of us and 4 nodes, because here I just travelled from A to B, which is nearly, well, let's just round it to about 900 meters in a split second. It is Really useful for getting out of trouble as well, because this Archwing, I keep wanting to say Warframe, well, it's got pretty bad health, which we'll get to, but at the minute we're kind of glitched in a mission, so the health and shields has been doubled, so ignore the health and shields for now. The second ability, which I cannot pronounce, the one that makes you go invisible, is also really useful, and that's pretty much goes for all of them. Because say you're playing an interception mission, which is what I'm doing at the minute, and lots of them start coming in and you're getting beaten up. Of course, I'm not at the minute because they're concentrating on everybody else. And you basically need to disappear before you die. You use it, it doesn't just affect you, it also affects the allies, anybody around you within the maximum range of it. I think it was 18 or 35. I cannot remember exactly how many meters it is, but this comes in really useful because you can shoot while doing this. Do not move though, because as soon as you move it cancels out the ability, and it is toggleable. You can toggle in and out of it, or you can completely glitch the game, so there we go. One thing I should note though, while invisible, sometimes you can blink to a direction, but there it goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's the best way to move unless they remove it while invisible, because once you do move it knocks you out of the ability. So as I say, it works sometimes, not all the time. Then there's the third ability that pulls things in. I've been killing things up here, so it will pull in enemies as well, but you can use it and it will pull in mods, health, power, anything. But it will also pull in enemies. So you can get on to basically attacking them. Melee tends to work very well when you do pull them in close like that. But it does come in really, really useful as well. The abilities on this thing seem ridiculously useful, even though its survivability is pretty bad. Then we have the last ability, you become visible, and we should start shooting at things. Because there's a lot of people here for them to shoot at. There they are, flying around. No idea how many of them there is. They do tend to die pretty quick though. As you can see, the timer's still there, but we don't have any left. Nope, wait, was that one? Nope, that's the enemy. I'm trying to keep out of the way of the enemy to try and keep as many of them alive as possible. The problem with the last ability is once they do die, you have to wait for the timer to reset before you can bring in any more. So, and then bring them all out again. And you can see them all. There's, yeah, 6 of them shooting away. There will be 8 once you get it maxed, but at the minute we're at like a level 26. And it is a really, really, really useful ability. That ability has saved my life a lot. So, as I said before, the health and shields before was wrong. It's more accurate in the top right there, which is basically 850-ish, so probably 900 when it's completely maxed at most. Yeah, that is just a huge recipe for death being very, 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 very imminent. It's like, it's just, it is so low, it is laughable low. Which is where blinking away from everything is kind of a must. Otherwise you will just end up dead a lot. So the survivability with this Archwing is not the best, but the abilities by far have got to be just the best. Because this thing is ridiculously powerful when it comes to the abilities. But that's about it. Survivability is rubbish. The speed is amazing. Like running between the points or sprinting between the points without Hyperion thrusters. This is by far, this has to be the quickest. Because the speed is just insane. But as I say, the survivability, Well, it doesn't really have survivability. If you stop for too long, you're going to end up dead. Quickly. I'm actually surprised I haven't died yet, considering how many enemies are around us. Pull them all in with the health, which is handy. Having the ability to pull all the enemies to you also pulls in the resources, which means, as you can see, we picked up 125 health. We have 0 shields left, and it's just a case of hoping for the best most of the time. And it can take a lot more concentration trying to just keep on top of the lack of health. I have no idea where this guy is that's down. Oh, wow. I didn't use the ability there and they still got up in your face. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now, while I try my hardest not to die, which is becoming harder and harder to do. And this is only the first round of the Uranus interception mission. It obviously gets harder the longer you play it. So keeping an eye on the health is a must with this, badly. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.